is, why do men feel intimidated when your woman earns more than you?
Five different aspects.
Right.
One is, do women earn less than men?
Yes.
Right, let's answer that. Yes. Now, let's talk about the rise of women.
Right.
Because we still have to answer, is it right? Should a woman earn more than a man?
Yeah, what if you have
No,
a
if-
woman, right, that's constantly
Stabbing
cheating,
you.
stabbing you, treating the kids bad? How
For this purpose. I think divorces were created, was designed so that you could separate and get out of the situation that you're in. Yep, good day.
What's up, everybody? We're
Everybody's
back.
feeling good and ready and energized for this new topic.
Yeah, I think this new topic's gonna ruffle a bit of feathers. 'Cause,
But wait, we've been ruffling feathers. I'm checking the comments
Yeah, yeah,
already,
yeah.
and people are sending me WhatsApps and DMs. I have people saying that they love the content about the mother-in-law podcast.
Oh, did it? I didn't even check it
So that one's
because I'm
doing well.
still waiting for somebody to send me
The video.
the video.
Oh,
Yeah.
sorry about that.
Yeah,
get
Mr.
it.
Producer.
Mr. Producer, you need to catch a wake up, man. Send the people what they need, man.
Okay. Anyways, guys, today's topic is something we all face, and I think it's a reality for most women. And
Men.
it is,
And men,
and it's
and men.
very real, a reality to some men. And the topic that we're going to discuss today is, why do men feel intimidated when your woman earns more than you?
Oh, and then we can ask another question. Why do women walk around with a chip on the shoulder when they earn more than the man? So the topic can be both ways.
I can ask that. I can answer the question that you asked right now.
I don't think it's about answering. I think
No,
it's
I
about
can give-
unpacking.
yeah.
Let's unpack first. What is it to earn? What do we mean about earning more than your spouse?
Okay, so I want to ask something before we even answer that. The whole unpacking of, is it because of our older folk that we kind of feel obligated that the woman should be there and the man should be here? Is that the reason why?
That's job title. That's job positioning. Job positioning and job titling is very different.
No, I'm talking about when you're earning. When you're earning, like, is it back in our like our
So let me give you the
grandparents'
history.
days? Yes, let's go.
I've been
Let's
fortunate
unpack
enough
the
to study
history.
at UCT,
Yes.
and I did association in management, and I did a few courses that helped me understand what actually happens when it comes
Right.
to income and earnings. So one of the things we learned is that when grading in your income over time, that we noticed that women have, and it's been proven in studies,
Yes.
have been receiving lower salaries.
For the same type of job that a man
Yes.
is doing,
So
right?
it was proven. So
Right.
point number one, it has been proven that a female earns less than a male.
Okay.
Secondly, it's been proven that women
But
have.
do they have a reason why they do that? Because I mean, why would you pay me less when actually I'm capable of doing the same job as you? And furthermore, I am better.
Maybe you better, or maybe you're not.
Yeah.
But now there's performance management systems. But to answer that pre-question that you asked about,
Why?
the answer is yes. Men have been chauvinistic. Men have been authoritative and dictatorship mentalities have been put into place. That
Okay.
women are below. That men in the working industry have actually put women below them when coming to work or orders, income, and job titles. So it's been built into the system because man created that. Now, men have been doing this for a long time. They
But
believe.
I also want to just like slow the roll there. I just believe, okay, if we're talking about modern age men, you do get two types of men.
Yeah.
You get the one man that doesn't care if his woman is earning more because he's happy and he's proud
Okay.
and he supports her and it's their income. So that's another important thing. When your monies are separate, when what's yours is yours and what's mine is mine, I think that's when you feel intimidated because
From a
now
spouse
from a
perspective.
spouse perspective. But the other thing is you get the man who is very authoritative and believes that I'm a man, I should be earning more, you shouldn't be earning more than me. and it does cause a rift
Well-
in your relationship.
Yes, we're gonna unpack that.
Yeah.
Like, I think we should talk about that.
Yeah.
There's so many aspects here. I think we flew over 5 different aspects.
Right.
One is, do women earn less than men?
Yes.
Right, let's answer that. Yes. Why do you think so? Do you want me to answer?
You give me your
From
answer.
a man
now.
perspective, is
Yeah.
that men have done this wrong thing. They've put women below. And they
Okay.
did not allow a woman to rise up, because women empowerment is only been looming for the last 10 years.
Yes.
Women empowerment,
Not 10, I would say a
15
little
years.
bit more, yeah.
but prevalent, 10. 10
Okay.
to 15,
Become
I think.
more stronger, more pushed, more talked about, more promoted is that woman empowerment.
Correct. And only as of, let's be frank, 10 to 15 years, can
Correct.
you find a woman in CEO positions,
Correct.
woman in top director positions,
Correct.
woman in board. It was never. It was always
But
a...
the reason why is that men always see women as weaker.
Yeah.
You see your woman as a weaker person than you. You don't believe that she could do your job or get to where you are, or and then suddenly the world came and said, no, 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 no. We are women. We want to be mechanics. We want to do what men can do. And men, they started giving women access into their fields.
I think it was more women forced their way in.
Yeah.
And I'm proud of that.
Yeah.
It wasn't so much access given. It was access not even granted. It was access taken.
Right.
You guys actually took.
By force, because I'll tell you something
needed to do that.
kind of opened up my eyes. I don't know if it's only like westernized countries, but when we traveled to Hong Kong, there were women that were working, fixing roads. And this was what, 13 years ago?
Yeah.
And they were driving buses. And I thought to myself, like,
Pass my phone, please.
okay, is it only westernized countries that don't want to allow women to do this type of jobs? Because we were here in a country that was very much first world, and hey, women were doing everything, driving buses, moving trucks, in the tractors. And I don't understand why men see us as the weaker species when we are able to
I'm gonna give you
bear
some-
a whole child for 9 months in our body.
You are right, because it does come from upbringing. It comes from baby boomer time. The baby boomer time, and then before that, one before the baby boomers, someone will remember it. I just can't, it's not coming to my head. But women empowerment achieve over only 60% of their full potential. I'll tell you what I learned, you're right, is that the men did it from the young age, from the 1930s and the 1900s. You see, that women stay at home.
And
men
you're
must go
right,
to
it
work.
is upbringing, because if your father teaches you that your woman must
Let's
not
get this
be
thing
working,
empowered so I can talk.
it must. So if you were brought up where your dad says, okay, your wife should be barefoot and pregnant and a housewife and looking after the children, and she shouldn't be working, then when you get married, that's what you're going to expect your wife to do. So it's also a generational thing.
Big time. Age, generational thing. And now let's talk about the rise of women.
Right.
Because we still have to answer, is it right? Should a woman earn more than a man? But
We know the answer is obviously it's not right.
no, yeah, should a man feel intimidated?
Yes.
So you should not feel intimidated, because I'm going to speak about that.
Okay.
But I do believe that women have risen up.
As a man,
Yeah.
why do men feel intimidated? What happens? Let us understand what happens to your guys, your species, when you just realize your woman has more money than you.
No, you become extremely, your manhood. Your manhood, you got this inherent hunter. Let me tell you about a man. A man has got this hunter attitude. He's got this, I'm brave, I'm stronger, I'm a man, I'm physically stronger, I'm mentally more. You got this air about yourself being a man, that
Okay.
you should be in the front. And also knowing that you're the head of the home, you're the head of the operations, you're the head of everything. This thing has been embedded into you. You understand?
Yeah,
So when
yeah.
you walk now, and all of a sudden, this new jolt comes along and says, hold on, check here, I'm about to surpass you.
Right.
So now you're like confused, because you're not used to that.
Okay.
You're not used to it. All of a sudden you're like, okay, you do tend to feel a little inferior, because there could be several things. One, the woman can rise above you and not need you anymore. So a man feels a little bit
Insecure.
no, yeah, he doesn't feel needed. So he feels like I can't provide for her, I can't pay for her nails, I can't pay for her car, I can't really give her that lifestyle. So maybe she would want more.
But have you men ever considered that if a woman can do everything for herself, then your purpose is to give her something that she can't, not materialistically?
That's only becoming of now.
Yeah.
It's only happened as of, and using us as examples, there's been times that you've earned more than me.
Yeah.
And there's times that I've earned more than you.
Absolutely.
And you fluctuated, and it took a lot for me to adapt and understand that, hey, my woman's a breadwinner at times.
Yeah.
But what it did to me now, on the other end, it gave me a little bit of a boost.
Right. But you see, you're a different species. I just want to just put it out there. Like, Mr. BB is the type of man that is not lazy. He has a very high drive, and he's very competitive in a good way. He'll never make you feel like he's competing, but in his mind, he knows he's competing.
I can say we can give you some tips. Tip number one would definitely be what Misha said. In order to reduce the intimidation from your wife earning more than you,
Just
is
merge.
Sharp, she said it. Merge your incomes
It's togetherness.
and then use a common goal. Do not split your income. Do not pay for your stuff and she pays for her
But
stuff.
can I just say something? I know why women are doing that. There's some really dodgy men out there these days, and women.
But we said spouse now.
Yeah.
We didn't say boyfriend, girlfriend,
Okay.
relationship. So you must
Yeah.
also ascertain when you married, you became one. Even the Bible said that. So there has to be a trust, whether
There
you're
has to
dodgy or not dodgy.
Yeah,
I think
he
it's
take all
important.
the money and he buys jollering. Yeah.
Look at the Tinder swindler. But you see, that was not
He
marriage.
goes to what's that club? Charging ridiculous fees for the bottled water.
Conquer.
Ah, whole salary conquering.
Look, Mish, what's one tip I gave? I said
Okay.
merge. The second thing is respecting women. I think you need to put
Can
your
I-
phone
can
on
I-
silent.
Oh, sorry.
You just start there.
Sorry, I'm
Right.
so sorry.
The second thing I feel that, no, the thing is, I think men need to respect women empowerment. You need to be for women. Men need to be for women. And if you are pro woman empowerment, she'll lead.
Yeah.
She will rise and she will lead.
Can I just leave it at this? I think the only way you're going to get over this hurdle of you earn more than I earn and whatever is if you avoid talking, or if you'll avoid, I want to put this in the right way without making it seem, don't make money the epitome of your relationship, because focus on other things more than money. Because if you focus on the money, that's where you're going to get the problem.
Okay, I hope that helped you all.
Yeah.
I hope that helped everybody.
Okay. And now we are in our ad break.
So, hey, ad break. Check this out, guys. At BBP, that's Big Bite Performance, what we do is car accessories and spoilers, and we do serious attention to detail when it comes to adding the right spoiler or the right kit to your car. Now, name it from VW to BMW to Mini Cooper. We've addressed the right wheels, we do air suspension, but I want you guys to check out the 7.5R that I'm busy with. So it's got a front spoiler, it's got rear side skirts, it's got a custom diffuser, it's got a big arch rear spoiler, it's got R badges on the side. So we've matched it and paired it, and we believe that that gives it the right edge. If you're interested in hitting us up for your right spoiler customization, accessories, both interior screens, etc., I think we're the ones.
Yeah. Big Bite Performance, bringing you everything in the performance industry.
Enjoy the moment.
Cheers.
All right.
Now-
The next one is sensitive, eh?
It's a very sensitive topic.
Ooh.
The thing I like about this topic that you chose is that it's a broad spectrum topic, and there's many views to this topic. So do you want to shoot and tell us?
Let's go. Divorce,
Divorce,
Death.
grief, separation.
anxiety, depression, but mainly I want to deal with separation. I want to deal with divorce. I want to unpack about the emotions. How does it affect you? How does it affect your children? Let's talk about divorce. So, what's your take on a divorce situation? Are you for? Are you pro or?
I'm against divorce, but in certain circumstances I understand it.
Okay.
I'm not for it unless it is. Listen, I'm not going to tell you to stay with a man that's battering you to death. That deserves a divorce.
Perfect. So
I am going to tell you to work on your marriage if you're not getting along and you're bickering and you're fighting and you're arguing and you're just not getting along. Yes, work it out. Like, divorce must be the last resort for me. Yeah, that's what I feel. But I'm not going to encourage somebody who I know is living with an abusive, someone who's putting their life at risk, someone's damaging their kids. Because sometimes, and this is not all the time, but sometimes two separate homes are healthier than one unhealthy, toxic home. And I'm not judging divorced people. I actually understand that sometimes you cannot stay for better or for worse because you start depleting yourself. Because not everybody has a happy ending, and not everybody's man is willing to change, and not every woman is willing to say, I'm wrong and let's fix. Because everybody's self-absorbed. Like, it's always the next person. It's always your spouse that's wrong. It's always, but they don't see that they're also part of the problem. But I just say divorce must be the absolute last resort.
So maybe divorce was created for this purpose. I think divorces was designed so that you could separate and get out of the situation that you're in that's going to be detrimental to you. So my biggest thing is divorce the ultimate solution, or is separation the
solution?
A solution what?
Personally, and our pastor always says this, divorce is the price that your children will have to pay.
Your family, your children,
family.
your life.
And it's a damaging thing. It's not always a good thing. Because you coming from a family of parents who are divorced, you can speak how it made you feel, how it makes you feel, how you had to pick yourself up. I mean, you were much older, but I know a lot of parents think, oh, once my kid's out of school, I'm leaving.
Yeah, it's like they wait.
They just wait so they get, and for me, that's still not fair. It's still not fair. So you sold us this dream for 20 years, and hey, we were supposed to be old together, you know?
I think there needs to be a divorce mechanism in place. Like, you see, because the detriment of a divorce is no joke, especially
Yes.
when there's baggage,
Yeah.
when there's kids, when there's bills,
Finances,
when there's
all of
houses,
those
when
things.
there's assets, when there's businesses. There's a lot that can go left and right, and divorce lawyers pry on that.
Yes.
And, they love it. So I would like to think that a divorce requires some sort of a separation plan. To like a test divorce, like beta divorce.
But that's why they say separate for a little while.
I don't know, yeah, because I'm against divorce. I feel that, but you're right now. Now you got my brain twisted, because if the marriage is abusive,
Yeah, what if you have
No,
a
if-
woman,
if the-
right,
no.
that's constantly
Stabbing
cheating,
you.
stabbing you, treating the kids bad? How can you stay in that relationship?
you got to run away.
It works both ways, not just
I'm
for
with
man
you.
and woman. You understand
It's
what
a
I'm
tough
saying?
one.
I think, and this is my opinion, divorce has the same effect that death has on the human being.
You know, when I was doing my personal mastery course many years ago, they said that death, moving a house,
And divorce.
and divorce are on the same, and separation or anything in that form, or losing us, or separating, and a breakup is all on the same scale of mental instability
Sure.
or extreme depression. Anxiety. Moving your
Because
house,
the moving house, I agree with you.
I couldn't understand it. And I was like, they were teaching me.
It's like the biggest event of your life that will unravel you, it will change you. And I have to say that maybe I don't have
Is
the-
my phone got more battery life? Sorry.
is it a-
Oh,
maybe
that's your
not.
phone. Can I use it?
Yeah, you can. Maybe not having parents who were divorced, but let me tell you, death can leave you unsettled.
So let's speak about the effects of divorce.
Right?
So have you experienced it?
No.
Okay, I have.
Yes.
I'm a kid that's coming out of a divorced family. To answer you, Straight up, it does affect. It does. Now, how does it
make
affect?
it any better that you are older?
Worse. I think when you're younger, you can't, you don't understand.
And the worst thing about your parents' divorce, it started happening while we were getting married.
Ooh, it was ridiculous.
It was the most.
You know, when I look at it now,
uncomfortable
and I think it was
situation.
so unnecessary.
Yeah.
It was so when I look at I think I've matured so much. This mic is really giving me the a headache. Let me get this thing right. I only look at it now that I'm married for 13 years. That when I look at the divorces, and here's my thing. I think many divorces are unnecessary, and many divorces were poorly managed. And it's a quick scapegoat, and it's got an ulterior motive.
But I just want to go back to the source of the divorce. Many people married for the wrong reasons.
I don't know how to answer that one. I'll tell you why.
Because I'll tell you what happens with people.
Mm.
They marry somebody hoping for another person. So a lot of women say, oh no, I'll marry him, he's going to change. Although this doesn't exist now, people have leveled up and they're seeing red flags. But prior to this, you'll say, no, I'm marrying him because I know he's going to change. Or I'm staying, he'll change. Or he'll tell you he's going to change and then he never changes. And the problem that happens is when you're marrying, you don't realize you're marrying into a different family. You're marrying a person that you are now going to realize who's that real person.
Yeah.
When the lights go out.
Yeah.
And sadly, it's too late because you're married by then to realize who you're really married to. And some people don't want to wait out the years to figure out if this person's actually going to be my happily ever after. You see, fairy tales, if we go back to this whole thing, I blame Disney. No, Disney lied to us, woman. They lied to us. They said unrealistic crap that you're going to find this knight in shining armor and you're going to live happily ever after. No.
Are we not agreeing that you need to work on your marriage?
Yes, no. You think Cinderella had lived happily ever after? No.
No, but you have
She
to
had
work on your
keep,
marriage.
Yeah, she had to keep.
So how do you
making
work
a
on your
man.
marriage?
You have to keep learning about each other. You have to keep admitting when you're wrong.
You have to communicate.
You have to say sorry when you're
No,
wrong.
you have to communicate.
You have to communicate. You have to do things together. You have to share responsibilities. You got to make decisions together. You got to build together.
So therefore, it leads to divorce when they give up. What did they give up? They give up because I want to park the abusive one. I want to agree. We want to concur that we agree that if a divorce is based on abuse, drug abuse, mental abuse, and
Something
potential
really
life
serious, something
yes,
extremely
right.
serious. Fine.
Okay,
Let's
100%.
throw that one out of
Throw
the
that one out of the door, right? Because then we agree. We
If
say
it is you want to get
no. Let's talk
divorced,
about adultery. Should
Right.
a divorce be linked because it's adultery? Should you give up?
I don't think so. Or you can. You can. There are women and men who leave their spouse after one.
No, I'm asking
incident.
you. Should you?
No, I
You
don't.
say no.
I believe that. I don't know.
All right.
I'm
How many
stuck in the
couples?
middle of
No,
this
how many
one.
couples are willing to have a discussion about that? In the sense of, can you sit like you and I right here and discuss?
Why
the
did the
situation?
adultery happen?
Yeah, can you all unpack all of that? Can you all go into can you all forgive?
Yeah.
Can you all take?
It's
That's why
quite deep.
I'm going to create a thing called separation strategy, where you don't divorce, but you,
You just
teach-
take a break.
and you give that person a reality check of what a divorce feels like. You see, you don't want your children to suffer. You don't want your family to suffer. But yes, there's those things. Then there's financial stress that creates divorces.
Right.
There's massive financial stress because the husband and the wife can't cope anymore.
They don't heat it up anymore.
No, you can't cope because they don't know how to live poor.
Is it also?
No, I'm being honest. She doesn't know, or he doesn't know, how to drink black tea and eat bread together. And you get many couples that accepted that. So
Do you think that? So it goes back to
that's the financial part.
So it goes back to your vows, for better or for worse.
Yeah, you got to live it up. You got to make it work. And divorce for me should be the last thing on your tongue. It should be something.
100%. I
No,
agree
you
with
should
that.
Fight for your marriage.
You should fight for your marriage. And listen, we don't have a hunky-dory marriage. We've been through ups, downs. We have gone through a thing where we were on the brink. We were. It was this close. For both of us, we had reached our tolerance level with both of us, and we just said, you know what?
What do we do?
What do we do? We actually had to fight it out.
Do you know how I fixed it? Do you know how we got to where we are
How
today?
did we get?
I changed me.
And I changed me.
I'm not even going to lie to you. I didn't even try changing this woman. I didn't even bother asking her.
And
"Excuse
I
me,
didn't,
Can
you
you
know?
stop? Can you stop?" And it was a continuous battle of, "Can you stop doing this? Can you try this? Can you?" I changed me. I changed my life. I got my health back. I got my mind back. I got
Yeah,
my positivity. And it
because-
gave my woman confidence. It gave my
100%.
woman something to live for. And that's same when I started seeing her fixing herself, it gave me something. That's what brings your marriage together. So
Yeah.
is divorce a hectic thing now? Depression comes with it, anxiety comes with it, hurt comes with it, pain
And I
comes with it.
think we're going to have to take this into our next week's podcast.
Okay,
The depression, the anxiety, the
Some tips to avoid divorce. Give me 2 tips. 2 tips to avoid getting to that.
on the moment that you want to divorce the person you want to divorce them, I want you to take your wedding album out and go through that and remember the moment that you were there saying I do, because you didn't just make a promise to your spouse, you made a promise to your spouse and God. And you got to ask yourself, why did you get you? So the tip for me is you got to change yourself. You got to work at your marriage and go and remind yourself why you fell in love with that person. Because after many years, you can fall out of love. You got to keep that flame, that love, that splurge of how important that person is to you going.
And for me, would be you have to look inward first before you point at that person. When you're having that fight, you're about to get divorced right now. You're somewhere sitting there, you want to sign that paper, or you handed the paper over. Do you have the ability to check yourself, like quickly, 5 things what caused this divorce that I did? I know it's hard. To do this. Can you do it? Can you just say 5 things? My overweight, my income, my attitude, my adulterous affairs, my drug addictions and alcohol addictions, my problems. Fix all your problems.
Yeah.
Give it one last shot, guys. Give it
Yeah.
one last shot from Mr. BB. I'm asking. Give it one last shot from yourself first.
But listen, this is in like a healthy environment.
Even if you're in an abusive environment, I want to go into abuse because I come out of all of this. I've witnessed everything. Stop laying your hand. If you can stop it, you can stop. You can stop laying your. You can stop hurting that person. Try stopping and go mend. Go mend. Fix yourself first before you hit that person. Before you do that thing.
And you know,
See how it goes from there. Give yourself at least 3 months of therapy. But I'm gonna say it again. It's self-therapy. Because when that person sees that change, they might fall in love with you again.
yeah, because for me, and I'm going to share this, it's very personal, it's very, I told Warren this, and I keep telling him this. I say, every time you are good to me and every time you treat me well, I forget all the bad we went through, or whatever you've put me through in our marriage. Every day that he makes me feel better and secure and loved, I don't hold on to those memories. I just forget it, and it's getting further and further and further away for me that I'm at a place where I can say, you know what, the good really is outweighing the bad.
And there's some legal divorce strategies that one can think of. There's many things that divorce was used strategically.
So
you know,
you guys
to get out of
tell us.
financial stress, to save your business,
Yeah.
to save your. There's a lot of ways, but you guys need to drop more comments.
And tell us
just wanna
your
leave with
view
some stats here.
on divorce. Tell us in the comments what's your opinion on divorce. And
Here's some good news. While marriages in SA decreased, divorces increased by 13.1%
Sure.
since 2020. Did you guys hear that? While marriages in SA decreased, divorces increased by 13.1% since 2020. 18,208 divorces were granted in 2021.
sure,
The general divorce rate, it's called the GDR, is the number of people. So that's ridiculous. 18,208. Okay, well, we hope that this helped you guys. Not only that, we spoke what we feel, and we enjoyed this. Make sure that you subscribe at the bottom. Share this to
leave
somebody that needs to
comments.
hear this. And enjoy your moments.
Yeah,
Thank
and
you
tell
very
us
much.
what else you guys want us to chat about. You know, the podcast is growing, and
is.
we need you guys to keep growing it. So yeah, let us know what you want us to chat about. Take a bite.
Cheers, guys.